Pokemon, 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 Pokemon. Yes. All right. Hi, everybody. Doing a bit of a smaller thing today. I'm not quite mentally with the power to be doing like active things today, in the sense of like games. And I was like, well, I still want to like do something, especially because I was gonna do an alchemy draft on Bloomborough, but those ended like 6 hours ago, so I can't do that. So instead, we're gonna take a look at. This is a stream type that I've done a couple in the past, and I really enjoy doing, which is just sort of like looking at Pokemon art and cards, and enjoying that. That's it. That's the entire plan. So, if that's your jam, we're gonna take a look at Shrouded Fable, which is definitely what I typed. No, it isn't. I should type Shrouded Fates. That's not the name of the set at all. No! Alright, I'm fixing it. There's not a set name to that. There was a set with... The first set that I played when I got back into the Pokemon TCG was... oh god, is it Fates Collide? It was the set that had like Mega Pokemon and Break and N. Might have actually been after Break Pokemon. I click on this. How far back does this go? Is this good? Because there's Hidden Fates, but I'm not thinking about Hidden Fates. I'm thinking about. Oh no, it would have been. It was before, right before Steam Siege. So back behind this here. I'm gonna go fix my other posts. Don't mind me. How are y'all doing today? Hope you're having a good one. Like, as I said, I'm a little just sort of blarged. So instead of full games, we're just having a chill hangout time. Yeah. Yeah, I think you still have the cards from previous those sets, but the Sun Moon is the cutoff for what's on this. Okay. Fun fact: we have Hidden Legends, Shining Legends, Hidden Fates, Shining Fates. We also have Paldean Fates, and I think my favorite is Evolving Skies, because I think of Roaring Skies, which is where Shaman EX was initially from, which was like, I think the main crux of that set was Rayquaza, which was a pretty strong deck at the time. So, no, I'm tired for a week. Hopefully not a preamble. Hopefully you're feeling better. Yeah, yeah. That Rayquaza, I think, was like damage equal to bench, and you played Sky, the Sky Field that let you put... Yeah, Sky Field, yes. Cool, I'm glad I'm not alone in remembering older formats. That was where again, when I got back into the game, was Steam Siege was the set that just came out after, and I think it was, I want to say it was Fates Collide. That was when I started playing, and I played a lot of TCG online, like up through Sun Moon, and then it was more on and off as it is nowadays. So, yeah. As I've mentioned this before, but like, the playing on TCG Live is really cool because like just the cards that you get and the decks that they give you base are really powerful stuff just as a starting point. Like the deck that's on like current is the Charizard EX, the Charizard Pidgeot deck. One of the top end decks of the format right now. Worlds was, I don't want to say last weekend, I want to say the weekend before, as of this recording. Hi, Cleffa. That's cute. This is free. This is a kind of staple of baby Pokemon. Is that like they generally have like this one doesn't even have the little baby bit that makes it fall asleep or be immune when it's asleep, but having like a free attack. Regidrago is super fun. It went from tier 3 fun deck to a massive meta threat. Right, so Regidrago can copy dragon attacks, which changes in power based on, yeah, this even says it, 2024 EUIC Charizard EX. It's just, like, tournament-winning deck. Using Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher is very cool as an ace spec. Ace specs are these, like, magenta colored cards that you can only have one ace spec total, so this and one of it, and no other ace specs. This is, effectively a trainer version of, was it Guzma? Was Guzma the one that, double swapped? I think it was Guzma that, like, swapped and you swapped, if I remember right. It wasn't Boss's Orders, because Boss's Orders is just your opponent. So, but yeah. Welcome, Bidoof. How you doing, Bidoof? Charizard Pidgeot confirming the best Pokemon player was 12-year-old me. True. I found I talked about this, I think, last time we did this. I did find my red version and my Blastoise on there. Yeah, you can see a lot of the kind of standouts of tournament decks. The consistency coming with like Buddy Buddy Poffin, Bidoof and Bibarel as a 1/1 line. Things like Manaphy or Jirachi as bench Pokemon. And then just like playing as low as possible on the energy count. Especially because like Charizard EX can just grab 3. So anyway. The other deck, what's the other deck? The other basic deck is, oh, it's Momotaro's and friends. So these are the DLC Pokemon. I again talked about this last time. I didn't understand like what the linking bit between like Okie Dokie, Pheasant's Dippity and Munkidori was until someone said it's Dawn Brothers. And I was like, oh, it's Dawn Brothers, right? Duh. Like it specifically, it's the story of Momotaros, who had fought ogres, traveled with a monkey and a pheasant and a dog. I wonder if that's still Mochi in the. I know that was translated differently. Okie dokie literature club. But yeah, so this deck is based on the trio here that isn't the Peach one, who play with like Having, does this deck have... Yeah, okay, it has multiple, it has almost exclusively dark energy to use the secondary abilities on these. So. Yeah, I don't see the Peaches later in the... Oh, let's take a quick look while we're... Ah, there we are. There's Peach. Petulant. Once returning, you can switch one of your benched dark Pokemon, except Petulant with the active. So, yeah, they have like a being poisoned a bit, and some things that pay that off. Same with Janine here. Hello, Janine. How you doing? Powerful. Anyway, let's go take a look at where we're gonna go. Card is meant for the Motaro. For the Motaro deck that found itself with Roaring Moon in Worlds. Okay, interesting. All right. Anyway. This is going to be a shorter one. Shrouded Fable is actually a pretty small set. In general, with the Pokemon TCG, sets come out in Japan first. And they come out at this size. About. They come out as, like, you know, a smaller set that then, when they come out globally, gets combined with like, another smaller set to be a larger release. So, like, you can see the difference in size with, like, Twilight Masquerade, Temporal Forces, etc. Having, like, 180 cards, 160 cards, etc. And that's... whereas we only have 64 here in Shrouded Fable. We aren't combining it with a second set in some way. Or adding in other pieces. Alright. So I'm a huge black-white fan. And Joltik, which, notable height, 4 inches. This is tiny. Little tiny. Joltik's so tiny. I love Joltik. This really tiny little friendly electric bug friend. This one's jumping. Weighs a little over a pound. Black-White has like a number of my favorites across the board. I've mentioned Volcarona as I've got a little small, one of the tiny Volcaronas. It's like a, what is it, 4 or 5 inch plush? Smaller plush of Volcarona. It says splashing because, because Magikarp, of course. But I do love our little friend here. You find Joltik in the Charge Cave, where they just sort of hang out. When Joltik evolves, we get Galvantula. Ooh. I love the, like, coloration and shadow on our Galvantula here. Especially, like, the like, shadowy, like, almost green that we have on here. Attacks used by this Pokemon do 50 more damage if your opponent has an ability. And this also has a fun... Okay, this is a really cool design. I love... Because, like, Galvantula here is bug electric. But in Pokemon, a card, generally, is only one type. So, sometimes we'll have electric Galvantula and sometimes we'll have grass Galvantula. You know, we'll swap between them. This one's grass, but it still has a lightning energy ability that's useful for it. Which makes it hit pretty hard. You can use something like a energy that provides any color on it, a rainbow energy to hit that. Yes, this is a destroy Charizard. One of the notable parts about Charizard EX is that it's grass weak because of its dark terrestrialization, making it weak to bug in the game, in the TCG. And so having like a grass attacker that can one-shot is pretty meaningful. Also, hitting ability Pokemon is also always nice. This is a pretty low investment, fun little friend. Low retreat. Like, not gonna live through much, but you know, nice little friend. Blur in the foreground doing a lot of work. Yeah, right here. Yeah, like 180 for 2 energy if it's fighting something that has an ability and it has an electric. Again, you have to kind of build for that, but that's the question Galvantula likes to ask you. That's cute. Speaking of cute, oh my god. Rowlet is the starter I used in Sun Moon. Absolute fan of Rowlet. Love this owl orb. Higher HP for a basic, not like the highest for an evolution basic, enough that it's probably not going to get sniped easy. We saw the Joltik was 40 on that. Like, I expect 60 here, so this is a little higher. Love all ghost types, yeah. Again, as I mentioned, like, we see kind of the swap as we get, we can have multiples here. Rowlet is great friend. Love the very perfectly shaped hole for Rowlet and the nice flowery background. All right, let's find out what our Rowlet line learns. Oh! Dartrix is a United Wings Pokemon. I see. So, United Wings is an attack that we've seen on some birds previous. Does this give us our 4th then? Because it was the electric bird. It was the bird that could discard a bunch of birds, and then it was it a Murkrow? So adding a 4th United Wings is a lets that have a higher ceiling. Also a very cheap attack cost. Fun to see something for the middle evolution to do. This is something that, like, you do see sometimes on sometimes middle evolutions are just blank. We're not, like, in that, the Charizard, the deck that we got there, it was a 3-1-3 line where we just never want to be Charmeleon. Charmeleon doesn't have any text we care about. We only have a Charmeleon in the deck as, like, a tutor target if we don't have rare candy. So to have a middle Pokemon that has some sort of use for us, the Bird Squad is here. Good Bird Squad. That's nice. I think it's Wattrel. I think it's Flamigo, and I want to say it was Murkrow, but I'm probably wrong on the 3rd one. That one's a guess. Ooh, yeah, uh-huh. You're correct. Nice. Ooh, okay. This is cool as hell. For one, the art and the angle we have here, where, like, Decidueye is shooting down with us, like, right on the tip of the shot, is really cool. I like the darker color scheme. We're kind of playing more towards the orange, whereas, like, the you know, orange is a piece on Dartrix and obviously on Rowlet, but, like, deeper into the cloak and the wings. Also a really funky attack. Power shot here is like we're using a leaf energy as a leaf arrow. A feather, I guess, with the stock up. So the idea being, if you don't have the shot at the ready, you're able to draw. You probably don't want to be, in the position where you're firing with your firing stock up, but it's nice to have. That's cool. That's cheap. Really like the art, and I find the Decidueye like a unique build. That's a fun idea. Big fan of this. Yeah. There's a number of different ways you can focus on Decidueye. With the like ambush with there's the sniper shot, the sort of, I say ambush, like hiding in the brush, the owl features, the sniper features. Hello! Tapu Bulu just going, oh yeah! Just crushing in here. Hi, Tapu Bulu. Sure. Tapu Bulu is one of the 4 Sun Moon Tapus. Bulu, like the 4 of them have had a number of cards past Sun and Moon, but that was obviously their biggest time. Very expensive on the Woodhammer. We're just a basic. This is high for a basic. I generally would expect a legendary basic like this, in my mind, is like 120, maybe 130, so a little higher than that. But this energy cost is outrageous. Yeah, I tend to think of Tapu Lele as the first one in the card game that had a powerful attack and a powerful ability, Tapu Lele GX. But yeah, those days are past for the Tapu, so we're seeing more of them hanging around. I just love the oh yeah breaking through the wall here on Bulu. Ooh, what a nice Houndour here. The focus is actually the thing I find the most interesting here, where, like, yes, we have our foreground Houndour, but, like, the kind of blurry background. Good reasons I will ultra stable, ultra rare, order 2 prizes costing $2, not 40. Agreed. Like, that's one of the things that the game has gotten very right over the more recent years is not having, like, expensive Shaman EX. I think the current, from my understanding, the most expensive stuff these days is actually Ace Specs. Like, I've seen those be a little expensive comparatively as far as cards go. But you also are only ever having to buy 1 copy of those, so, like, they're not buying 4 Shaman EX sort of thing back in those days. But yeah, art just looks like a well-framed sword shield screenshot. Yeah, I really like the focus on it, the blurred background. That's we don't really have terribly useful attacks. You don't want to be in the situation where you're using 3 energy 50. Yeah. Let's see what Houndoom does. That's the real question. Also, what's Houndoom look like? Okay, Fire Breath Houndoom, hell yeah. We got, like, kind of like a smoky, like, cave that we're getting through here. And we have the same attack cost. That's cute. We go from Gnaw to Bite, and we go up to Snarl. Snarl being... Okay, being a controlling setup. During your opponent's next turn, that defending Pokemon does 100 less damage. That's the issue with an attack like that is that switching will block it out, and also if you like knock out something, obviously, like you've knocked it out, and then whatever comes in gets its full damage. Just Shadow the Edge Dog. Very much. Today's a good day for Shadow. He is in fact the coolest. Yeah. Good old Houndoom. Ooh! Oh god, I love the look of this. So, Volcarona, as I mentioned, one of my favorites, like, just flat. So, when Scarlet Violet came out, I got to be the recipient of 2 new Volcaronas. Not just 1, but 2. and Iron Moth is really cool. We got the futuristic Volcarona here. 120 days future. Heals? Okay. Anachronism Repulsor. Okay. Okay. So this functions like a kind of a hoser of sorts. I'm gonna guess that the ancient Pokemon have something like this too to go with it. As like here's a card to try to tip the scales on the matchup between the two. That's cute. But damn, really love the not just the look of Iron Moth and the wings here, but also these like spires we have growing in the background. Sonic CD Future looking, yeah. This Iron Moth is there might be a small animal driving this. This might be a badnik. Right, like this might pop and have a small bird inside. Yeah. Lovely. But yeah, very, very Sonic CD Future. Anachronism Repulsor. That's cute. Speaking of cute, odds of it being the other Volcarona, that's my guess, is that the other Volcarona has like the future denier or something like that. Like, I don't know. This is just a very lovely horsey under the waves, hanging out by the little coral bits. Is a little entranced, actually. Sort of seeing there's something bubbling down here. What could that be? Very tiny, very friend. 60 HP again because we're a 2 evolution, so we kind of get to see what we go. Dragon Pokemon. Okay, so I know that we have like this is like a Seadra doing like an active like water gun, and like you can see some motion here. It also just looks like Seadra is chilling. Like, this is Seadra laying down, a little lounging, like, yeah, lounging is a perfect word for it. Oh. There we go. I'm not letting that run out. Calling for some buddies. Again, the middle evolution tends to have, like, we want to give it something to make it unique, because the idea is usually that you're playing towards the top end of the line. Some of the most powerful 2-stage evolutions are that way because their second evolution, looking at you, Gardevoir, is powerful. So, Sea Dracula. This is Sea Dracula. Alright. Ooh, okay, alright. Kingdra EX. Big. The King's Order. That does not say basic. That just says water Pokemon from your discard pile on your bench. That's interesting. Okay. And then Hydro Pump is a style of attack we see a lot in water as a payoff for it, where something like this can just use having a ton of extra energy, which there are ways in water to get in a lot of ways. It is not a deck that competes at the highest level much anymore, but it is still a very competent deck, the Qianpao Baxcalibur deck. That's a deck that's still like, if you're playing that, you're playing an engine with a strong plan. Yeah, something for them to do, especially with like the searching that Seadra gives you. This because this sets up the whole thing in one go, right? You don't even need to worry about getting up to Baxcalibur. This just puts Baxcalibur down as long as you get the first line going. Use your attack for it, but still cool. Like, again, love to have a Pokemon that, like, one of the things that really excites me about Pokemon as a game is that, like, a lot of the top-end evolutions, even if they're not, like, competitive viable, they ask a question, and they give you something that, like, is, like, like, okay, here's a little bit of a riddle for you to work with, and how do you want to solve that? What do you want to do with it? You know? What Pokemon do you want to bring back with Kingdra? Or do you even want to care about that? So, you know, same with, like, the question that Iron Moth asks is less of a that and more of a, like, hey, are you getting annoyed at your buddy who's beating you up with ancient Pokemon? Alright. Yeah! Ooh! Sneasel! Ice Sneasel rather than Dark Sneasel. Usually this line is in Dark. I just think of it as Dark more often. One of the big reasons I think of Sneasel in Dark is the original Sneasel in Gold Silver era was one of the very powerful Dark Pokemon you played with. Look at this punch. Yeah, like Sneasel. Okay, again, we're on a smart and sneaky Pokemon. A pair may work together to steal eggs by having one lure the parents away. But yeah, very fun Sneasel. Love the like ice focus, snow focus on Sneasel here. The lighter color palette too. All right, so what are we doing at Weavile? Oh, look at the action Weavile. So action Weavile here is like mid-jump, mid-slice. Ooh, okay. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. Your opponent's Pokemon is paralyzed. So this is a way that you could try to lock out your opponent in a unusable situation until a knockout occurs. Obviously, because you have to discard all your energy, you have to find a way to put 2 on, but as we kind of talked about, water's not bad at doing that. So, like, and even with, like, Qianpao, you can keep the energy coming. If you want to, like, if you want to put your opponent in the corner and have Weavile do an infinite, you can put the opponent in the corner and have Weavile do an infinite. Light punch. Yeah. At some point you will knock them out and then another opponent will come out and you'll have to start juggling them. But, you know, yeah, unconditional paralysis is not something you see freely, so. Because it's, you can't move. Obviously, switching out fixes that. That's how you beat status effects like that, so. Yo! Hello? Oh, right, we don't get to see Varum here because we're on a Terra type, so we're in a different type here. Okay. Okay, Reverum EX rules. Okay, check this out. So we've got Accelerator Flash, which is the, if your opponent, if this, sorry, not opponent, if you moved in, it hits for 140. Which, like, is a cool, I think first impression Galissapod worked like that, where it was, I want to say 30 plus 90 from memory. But I love the shattering speed. you move your Reverum so fast, it just, goodbye. Discarding Pokemon is not a knockout. This is an important distinction. Discarding is discarding. That is not a KO. So shattering speed is you get to leave. Obviously, the cost being you put triple steel into this. It's a bit of a investment, but you're not going to take the double prizes by this getting blown up. That's cute. Zoom. That's very fun. I know Reverum is also all like Varoom into Reverum also is a reasonably strong piece on its own. So, so long, suckers! I rev up my Reverum, create a huge cloud out of smoke. Cloud dissipates, so it's like completely dead in the discard. Yeah, that's cute. Also, electric. So the Terra typing. As we've seen for Scarlet Violet, lets you have, like, Steel-type Pokemon that Terra-type into, you know, Electric here, giving you better coverage and defenses because you're attacking on Electric, you're defending, like, on not the same weaknesses. Is that our only Electric Pokemon in the set? I guess small set. Drowsy, are you just, like, chilling in the corner? Like, nobody noticed? Nobody's... Just, Drowsy is making sure that everyone who thinks they see Drowsy does not see Drowsy. Just hanging out in this empty restaurant. Looking at you. Cute. Alright, so that means I likely know our next. Let's see what Hypno looks like. Ooh, okay. Lovely Hypno art here. Love the kind of unreal forest we have going on here, especially with our in combination with our daydream attack, where we have, you know, a forest of oranges and greens and blues. You know, these very unreal colorations to go with it. Everything is great except for that weird Drowsy statue. We do not own a Drowsy statue. Leave the building immediately. During your opponent's turn, if they attach an energy card from their hand to the defending Pokemon, end their turn. Huh. That's... Okay, again, switching breaks that. Defending Pokemon is the Pokemon that got hit by this. So they, like, lag behind, and if they want to, like, set up, they just fall asleep. They just go, oh. Sorry, I fell asleep there for a minute. Yeah, the waves are behind until they're in front here with these. So you can even see behind the, not just the flowers, but behind the Hypno. Until we're outside of the Hypnos. Look at Action Drowsy up here. You know, like, just chilling Drowsy. Action Drowsy. Oh, a cute little Duskull hanging out in the leaves, just sort of chilling. It's the deep of the night. And it's get you, get you, get you, get you, get you, get you, Get you. Get you. Action Drowsy is the super. Yeah, so in the top there, we use the default arts for our Pokemon. You can see for like Seadra and Kingdra are good. I love the flavor of Get You. The Duskulls are coming. All right, so what do the group of Duskulls do when they show up? Huh. Okay. Behold my optic blast. So this raises some alarm bells to me, and yep, somebody in chat is immediately saying it's a busted. Yeah, being able to drop yourself on prizes and knock out your own Pokemon is a drawback. Your opponent gets a prize. They're closer to the win condition, but this also like gives you some really funky ways to like alter the game state in non-standard ways to like, okay, all of a sudden the prize count is wrong, and you know, this being able to blast pretty hefty damage around might be able to help too. I remember was it a Marshadow? No. There was a Duskstone evolution. Thank you, Miss Vegas. This card resulted in Quick Evolving Duskull getting banned and expanded. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm thinking of the one that had a Duskstone to evolve, and it had a Shaman effect on it, which would let you draw into red card. You drew in red card. That was what you're aiming for. You wanted red card? You know, you'd knock out your own Pokemon and then... Okay, is this like... Interesting. But yeah, the 5 damage counters as a bug fix, and hopefully as a way to, like, be forward enough that you're able to... You know, that you, like, we also do have an N-style card in the format in, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, being able to knock out, that's powerful. You're probably not here for Will-O-the-Wisp. You're here for the fake Will-O-the-Wisp. Also one of your opponent's Pokemon. Alright, that raises some questions. Most overhyped deck for Worlds because it had but it got eaten up because it had a bad matchup with its basics against Regidrago. Okay. Dusknoir. Hell. Okay. Hi. That's... If this is your level 1, this is your level 3. We are in the deep dark of the night here. In here we have like the woods, the Will-O-the-Wisps, the sort of like dead trees. And then we have 13. Yes, the Triskaidekaphobia, the number. Also a reasonable attack. it's the woods time for you. To the woods. Yeah, this is cool. This, again, the knockout and like the ability to hit any Pokemon is so powerful as a payoff for this, where like, again, like this is high risk, high reward at a really cool way. The risk obvious being you're knocking your own Pokemon out, you're giving up prizes, hopefully winning faster. That's cool. Oh, hey, Cresselia. You still get to do things after you crack an ability. Yes, you do. Attacking ends your turn. Cresselia. That's a really cool cost. Huh. That's so cool as an ability. Like, so this is a limited use, obviously, because you only have so many prizes to turn up, but it also is like scouting your prizes. Like it's such a, like, you flipping up a prize now, like, oh, is that the prize I want to take? Oh no, it's worthless for me. I'll take a face down one, but taking a face down one means that you're less able to use your purges. That's cute. I really think that's a cool resource to spend. Too bad it costs you. Yeah, what I understand that this doesn't have a competitive home, but it has a home in the hearts of Cresselia likers. Triple energy is a pretty hefty investment on a 120 Pokemon that could knock itself out. So you're unlikely to want to be being that heavy an investment. It's just really interesting as an idea there. I also really like the look on the Cresselia here. We have our moon angle kind of high up here in the clouds. Like, almost at like a dusk timing. Nice. Yeah. Wonder if we'll have a Darkrai to go. Again. Yo! Hey, Sylveon. The nighttime in the city's Sylveon. Got the light from the street lamps reflecting our shadow. Fighting evil by moonlight. Transright's dog, hell yeah. There they go. Huh, okay. So our interesting, unique thing on Sylveon is on a coin flip, just... So again, this is not a knockout, this is shuffling it in. So, like, you get to, like, remove them of resources, but not, like, take a prize yourself. If you're attacking, that's disarming voice with the confusion. Yeah, the shadow, that's a cool part of this. I like that a lot. Yo! Hey, Krogunk. Fighting Krogunk. Again, multi-types. Frog, hop. Light punch. Krogunk can teach you an infinite. Like the way we're sort of cutting through the woods here. We're almost like Cactuar movement. We're moving though. We're getting through here quick. All right, this obviously raises our question. What will Toxicroak look like? Ooh, okay. We got this like, yeah, the corkscrew punch, this movement going on here with the water in the fields flying back. Okay, and we're here as a thing to bop evolution Pokemon. Like anything that's evolved, we just get to go and go for the big hit. 180 is enough to 2-hit anything that's an EX. Obviously, yeah, the shing. That's nice. Not focusing on the poison side, focusing on the combat side. Again, like different takes on the same Pokemon. Absolutely, Gatai. Walked out of Colonel. We got the drill punch. Sort of. Hello, okay. Blood Moon Ursaluna. Ooh, we have the big blood moon in the back. We got the eye shing here for the dark eye. When you play this Pokemon in your hand or your bench. Okay, so this can come with 2 attaches, which makes it like this 3 energy is mitigated heavily by this ability. Oh, also if your opponent has any damage on them, they get just destructed by the Mad Bite here. 30 more for each damage counter. Okay, yeah, 150 basic too. Oof, guess who's a really good combo with, yes, like 5 damage from Dusclops means that this hits for 150 extra, which that's 300 damage. That'll knock out anything that's not a stage 2 EX. And also, there are other ways of putting small damage counters on. That we've seen. That's cool. The acceleration here makes this a lot more usable too. Like, especially like you have to have the energy in hand, but like drawing up isn't the biggest of problems. Yeah. Because it's 250 on the hit plus 50 from the damage, so, like, again, a stage 2 EX is, like, 310 to 330. So, like, Charizard EX, I think, lives with small health left over. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Big Bear. I think we had one of these that was an EX in the last set we looked at. I like this one more, honestly. This is a more interesting card to me. Yeah! Oh, okay, and yes. Okay, so, again, hi. I'm Volcarona fan. Volcarona liker has logged on. Oh, okay. This is really dang cool. Take a look at this art. We're gonna shift back over to Iron Moth. Same artist. So we have our future Moth. And then we've got Slitherwing, which is the much more, like, look at the kind of ancient, these spires, these trees, the flora, the look of the clouds. This is our past, our ancient. Very fluffy, very standing. I love the big, just sort of like stompy Volcarona. So cute. Okay. The Iron Smasher here, again, so this is playing similar to our ancient hoser with an anachronism detector. The Iron Smasher isn't, if you're attacking a future Pokemon, there just needs to be a future Pokemon in existence. Like, it just needs to be there. And then you get plus 120 to go to 140. Yeah, 10'6". How tall is Tyranitar? Tyranitar, give me your height. 6'7". Gaining another 1.5 going Mega Tyranitar. Okay. 10 foot tall made of radiation. So yeah, like, if you were standing next to Slitherwing, you'd like come up to this tall, and Slitherwing is so fluffy with these giant, the wings are huge too. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and I love Volcarona. What a cool, again, cool card for anti-future. One of the other notable things about this, just to talk about typing, 2-bit, 2 bits. 2 bits on the, sorry, yeah, you come up to about this tall. Maybe a little bit more if we're talking like the wings are part of that height. But, yeah, but talking about typing, a lot of the future Pokemon, electric is a pretty common type on the future Pokemon. Koraidon, Iron Hands. I think there's one more that hits electric on the future typing. So getting the double damage is pretty nice. And it's easier to get the extra energy on the ancient. Iron Thorns. Okay. I thought Hands was as well. Maybe I'm thinking both. Maybe both are. Because Thorns is the one that takes an extra prize, right? And Hands is the one that's the ability crusher. So, Hands takes the extra prize, Thorns locks. Okay, reverse. Scratch that, reverse it. Yeah. Well, cool. What a good friend. Speaking of friends, oh my god, now we've moved from the largest fluffy cuddle Slitherwing in the world who wants to give you a giant hug to we got the bat, like, I really like the stylization of our background, especially the moon, which you can see the kind of the umbra around it. Yeah, like that's a cool looking moon and a cool looking Zubat. Huh. Zubat finds you, supporter. Zubat, everyone loves unless they played Red Blue. Ooh, okay. Big cave Golbat. So you could have done in Pokemon Art Academy, you know, saying this the most positive way. Okay, the thing I'm really enjoying about Golbat is just how big a mouth our Golbat has here. This is the hugest goal. What a good, like, hanging out in Crystal Cave, got some lava, got some nice, like, sandstone-ish stuff here. Alright. Loves to drink other creatures' blood. But if it finds others going hungry, it will share. So yeah, we're not seeing, again, much of a build here, which must mean Crobat is our focus. Ooh, do you think we need a Crobat EX? No. Oh! Look at this Crobat! Spin! Like, this Crobat, if you come anywhere close to, it has an effective range around it that you just do not want to enter. Nope. There we go. Okay, so we've seen this style of Pokemon a couple times before, where this is a Pokemon very specifically for work with a trainer card. There was a Garchomp I'm thinking of that cared about a Cynthia supporter, things like that, where like you'll have a built-in card that works with a different supporter card. So like using one with the other. We're not at the point, so right now, funnily enough, we have this, Janine's Secret Arts call out here, but this isn't, there was an old style of Pokemon that was like Janine's Crobat, which is something that they showed off at Worlds as a returning bit that they're going to be doing in future sets, where we're gonna have they showed off N Zorark, which is Zorark, but I mean, much stronger. They also had a couple different trainers with like, their Pokemon that you have to play their evolution line to use. They evolve from, N's Zora, etc. I find it very funny, by the way, that I talked about this, but I found it very hilarious that N was one of the trainers chosen to have Pokemon that have, like, a possessive name. And the two that they showed off are, I'd call correct. It was Reshiram and Zorark. But N is, like, the last trainer in the world who I would think of as, like, a possessive on a Pokemon. The way that N worked playing in Black-White is that N's team was always made up of wild Pokemon in the area that you met N in. So N in Charge Cave is using Charge Cave Pokemon. Because N, like, specifically, like, is this, kid who is raised and has the ability to talk with Pokemon and like, that was the setup of Plasma in its forward-facing front, not the Getsis front. So, yeah, N's Pokemon can be found in the wild in Black-White 2, and they're flagged with an OT trainer of N. Anyway, the card here, the draw up to 8 is really, that's a lot of cards, by the by. Like, that's a pretty hefty card draw. The attack is fine. We're going to see that Janine's Secret Art helps you facilitate this easy. And you get double poison instead of single poison, which is nice, but, like, not huge poison. So, still very cool. Love you, Crobat. Crobat's a classics of Pokemon. Oh! Hell yeah! Absol here, the Herald of Disaster. Really love this, like we're in a tunnel of the woods, sort of. Like, this is a very, like, kind of unreal location between worlds sort of thing. Outer Wilds, yeah. Yeah, that's cute. Cheap. Decent HP for a basic. This attack is cheap, hits for okay damage if you've got... Like, you don't have to put all the energy on Absol, it can be on other things. This can just be a Pokemon sitting in the front. That's fine. It's Absol. Absol's just chilling, hanging out, helping you out. A few of these Pokemons have been in some weird woods. It's true, the Duskull line had some weird woods going on. Talk about normal woods. Oh, it's Zorua. Steppy. This is the screenshot of Wispy Woods saying, "Kirby, please do not step on my roots." And then Zora, who is Kirby in this situation, is absolutely about to step on Wispy Woods' roots. Zora, I think, is more of a prankster than Kirby. So, it's nice, yeah, prank fox. Cute little friend. Alright, let's ask ourselves then. Zorark. Ooh, oh boy, I love the framing on this. The Zorark at the, top of a skyscraper in the city We got the nights, the day sky turning to twilight as we see the sun dropping down. Like, that's so cool. I've said this a ton of times before. I love cityscapes in the arts on Pokemon cards like this. Okay, and Zoroark here is here for crushing your opponent for deigning to play a ton of, like, EX and V Pokemon. The hijacking. So if you're like, if your deck is made up of a huge number of these, you know, multi-prize VEXs, Zoroark can get to a point where, like, one-shotting is within range. I like, again, I've talked about what I like in Pokemon card design, where you can have a niche card like this that would be, like, you know, I'm getting annoyed at my buddy who's playing this specific deck that just slams down all these giant, you know, EXs, and I just go, all right, cool. Zoroark is here to crush you. Love that. Cool art, though. Hey! Just Inkay here, swimming in the... like, we've the... Is this, like, from below? Are we looking up at Inkay from the ground? Like, we have the sky that looks like the inky blackness of the world. That's a, you know, these flowers. Or are we looking down at Inkay and the reflection up at the world? For you to decide. Is Inkay upside down, or are we upside down? These are the questions. Look at the top card of your opponent's deck. You can have your opponent shuffle. Gonna get you. Alright, let's go ahead and flip Inkay upside down. Okay, this is a very huge shift here. Inkay out looking at the sky to Malamar in the office, demanding the minutes from the 3 o'clock meeting. Like, like, hello? HR Malamar here. Colluding Tentacles. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active, 120 to that new active. It only works if you played Xerosic. Black-White. Side character in Team Flare? I'm sure we'll see the card. Interesting. So the idea here is that this is 120 damage on a Pokemon that you get to choose from the bench is enough to, like, knock out a lot. Oh, did I say Black-White? I meant XY because I said Team Flare. Like, not Team Plasma. But yeah, like, is in Team Flare as like an admin. Yeah, I just spoke wrong. But no, like, 120 on the Kraken is, like, enough to take out, like, a lot of setup Pokemon. You can, like, take out a lot of, like, safety net Pokemon like that. You can pull in things like Manaphy. You can pull in things like just, like, make it so that, like, or just disrupt, like, an engine piece on the bench. That's really cool. Yeah. I don't think you're here for spinning attack. This is like a panic state. Alright. What Xerosic's Machination does is our defeats Bibarel. Ooh, Bibarel, no! Office Bibarel. Don't put a Bibarel in the office. Yo, we got an Yveltal? Okay. So, you know, Yveltal are Y Pokemon. Love the like, fiery, like, blood red swirls around Yveltal of destruction. That's very cool looking, especially, like, with our very darkened trees in the background here. We can kind of see. Corrosive Winds just hits 2 counters on anything that is damaged, and then, okay, this has a Crushing Hammer on attack. These are fine. I'm more interested in the really cool art on Yveltal here. Yveltal's had a lot of cards over its time from XY forward. It has one of the, like, platonic ideal of legendaries from that era. The Yveltal from XY was just like, it might have been 130, but I want to say it was like 120, 1 energy, deal some damage, pick up a dark energy, and then like a big Oblivion Strike that did like 130 damage. And I think you could only use it once every other turn. But it was like the platonic ideal of a legendary in my mind, with a 1 energy acceleration attack and a 3 energy like payoff that you don't use a lot, but sometimes your deck needs a non-rules box Pokemon to be able to bonk with. So, to knock out like a Suicune. Okidogi, okay. So what do we got here on Okidogi EX? This is our Momotaro's dog. Search your deck for up to 2 basic dark energy. Attach them to this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck. If you attach energy to a Pokemon this way, it is now poisoned. Got 250. And then, if this Pokemon is poisoned, hit for... Oh! Okay. Huh. That's very cool. So you set up like a toxic orb. Yeah. You know, like thinking of you know, setting up a sweeper of some kind and with a toxic orb. You know, you are weakening your pretty hefty HP pool for it, but you're hitting for 260. And the musculature sets itself up. That's cool. That's powerful. That's a card in and of itself that suggests its own, like, you know, it's its own combo piece, but perhaps we have some other darks that play with that. I would guess, if I were betting, that the other of the Momotaro's legends that have some synergies here. Yeah, 250 is pretty goddamn huge here. That's like Snorlax level. Like, that's ugh. Okay. Monkey Dory. 210, much more manageable. If this Pokemon is knocked out from damage by your opponent's Pokemon attack, and you have a Pecharunt EX in play, 1 less prize on the knockout. And then it has a can't reuse 193 energy attack. Okay. Oh no, you don't. You have to tell your opponent a haiku before this works. Okay. So we're gonna be seeing a full set of friends here. So let's find our pheasant then. Pheasant Dippity. 210. Once during your turn, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. You can't use more than 1 flip the script each turn, so you can only use 1 of these. You can't have like 3 of them in play and draw 9. And this is a 100 snipe. Okay, so I guess the idea is that Monkey Dory is the one that's taking the knockout for you to get the drawback up. Sniping like that's fine, as long as you can deal with like a Manaphy that prevents it. This hits anything, it doesn't have to hit a bench though, so that's... I like the art on Pheasant Dippity most here. Okidogi's actually a little more action. Monkey Dory has the least. Like, we have the floating bits here, but not much else. Alright, and then Pecharunt EX. Let's learn about Pecharunt. Once during your turn, you may switch your bench dark Pokemon, except Pentron, with your active Pokemon. If you do, the active Pokemon is now poisoned. Okay. So this sets up and also turns on the poison if you swap into. Okay, so that's a way to get this on without having to use the musculature. This attack does 60 damage for each prize card your opponent is okay. So if your opponent's on 2 prizes left, this is 240. If you can get them to 1 prize left, 300. Yeah, it's the revenge if you're losing sort of move. Okay. I can see the setup there. Also, free swapping is pretty powerful. 190. Dun, 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 dun. Boom! Oh my god, Genesect! What is Genesect doing to the Ace agenda? Firing a gigantic beam! Why would you do this? If this Pokemon has a Poké Tool attached, your opponent cannot play Ace Specs. This is a really funky hoser, because by definition, your opponent can only ever have 1 Ace Spec card for you to block. But this doesn't have to be active. I suppose if you're that running afraid of a Prime Catcher or something like that. Needs a tool on it, too. They upgrade... This ancient bug Pokemon was altered by Team Plasma. They upgraded the cannon on its back to giant rays. This giant beam. Yeah, this does offer a out for if there were a recurring, like, A-Spec plan. You can just set this on the back and say, nah, I'm good, thanks. Oh, look how cute! Even here. Dun, dun, dun. Heading on through the woods. Stacking some rocks. Very cute travels for Cufant. I came to have a heavy respect for this Pokemon from playing Radical Red. That was that was where I got my huge enjoyment for, well, Capparaja's massive body, 1,400 pounds. Huge, just gigantic. Capparaja here is the grappler. If they get in, you're done. As long as the Pokemon is active, your opponent can't play stadiums. Okay. And then huge steal cost for 130 or 230 if needed. I think the 4 retreat's meaningful. There were some cards that worked off that. Nasal Lariat is a cursed phrase. Very cool. Heavy respect, though, for this gigantic, unmovable object. Yeah, nearly 10 feet. Again, the funniest bit about here, so we have like 9 foot 10, 1,400 pounds. If we go back to Slitherwing, 10 foot 6, 200 pounds. Very fluffy. You might be able to pick up Slitherwing. It's possible. You gotta, like, giant hug and try to, like, do one of those lifts. Of course, we had to have a Varoom. We saw the Reverum. Here's our good buddy. Ooh, I like that we're in kind of like, we have this like rebar breaking through in this busted up building, pipes and such. And look at how happy Varoom looks. You can just see the happiness in Varoom's like expression from like the very like sizable puffs of poison steam here, eyes, the nose. Very cute. I go to the gym. Agreed. Okay, for a second, I thought that this Axie was leaning back against this, chilling. But no, this is actually looking to the right and like one hand over here and kind of like turned towards the rock, not chilling on the rock. Axie here, as I've talked about before, shows off how dragon typing works, where dragons are dual types, but like they are consistent within the Pokemon line themselves over multiple different ones. So fighting steel is our dual type for Axie and evolutions. Oh, buddy. If you see peculiar teeth marks on boulders or trees, really likes chomping sharp fang. Okay, what's Fracture God? Whenever your opponent plays an item or supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects done to this Pokemon. Okay, so this is untouchable from like a... Your opponent cannot pull in this with like boss's orders. Bits like that. Okay. Dragon Pulse. I think Dragon Pulse was... I remember a Garchomp having that. Like, not that same attack, but the same like mill one. Coming at you. I like the... We have the whoosh on the grass here. Fracture will never defeat the airplane allegations. Running up the runway. You're right. Okay, I love the stance Haxorus has here. That's really cool. I'd like to see a little bit more of this cave structure, but the foiling is all over it, exactly. Actually, no, this isn't caves as much. There's like a river down here. You can see... This is like Guar Plains Xenoblade. You know? That's what I'm thinking here, like Valak Mountain sort of stuff. Anyway, Hello. Okay. Hey, says, is Haxorus like a good friend of Regidrago? That attack seems really cheap. Bring down the axe, because even if you don't have the knockout, so say your opponent doesn't have a special energy on their Pokemon, goodness, this is heavy damage. 230? Like, discard 3, sure, maybe that's a good thing for you. You can set up some recursion bits, but damn, that hits hard. Love to just see, like, KO. Yeah, for 2 energy, like, that's wild for that. Even on, like, you know, a evolution like this, like, that's hefty damage. We saw a lot of Pokemon that had, like, 130 plus 100, and you work for that, you know? Specifically, looking back at Nasal Lariat is literally 130 plus 100, and you give up a second attack, and it's 4 energy. So... yeah, damn, that's really, really cool. Yeah, it's not... I have to quick... Yeah, it's fun. Reggie. Hold on, please. This one. Yeah, Regidrago V-Star. Choose an attack from a dragon Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. And then Legacy Stars, mill 7, pick up any 2 cards from discard. So, like, you can set up getting those in the discard as well. Yeah. What if you don't have to work at putting Haxorus in play? Yeah, pretty sure that's a legitimate, like, top-tier deck at the Mo. The Regidrago. I remember that from Worlds being talked about. So. Because when you use, like, the Fire Grass energy to copy an attack, you don't pay this. If your opponent has any cards in their discard pile that have Colress in the name, oh god. Please tell me we don't have Colress proper. Colress, the card I remember from Black and White, the Team Plasma supporter, was like, draw for each benched Pokemon? So you, like, by late game, it was something like a draw 8, draw 9? You know, I'm also looking at this attack here and thinking about Regidrago. Because, like, Water, Steel, Colorless, that's 1,000,000 energy. Fire, Grass is like 3. That's, like, doable. I can set that up. And this is the sniper. Funny that this is funky as a, like, you don't want to be playing Colress. Because, like, if Kyurem can use its attack for 1 energy, you are getting just demolished for it. Like, Kyurem here hates Team Plasma so much after all the DNA splicing that happened. You know, I don't think that, I think Kyurem has a good reason to be annoyed at Colress, actually. Firing 1,000 missiles. That's cool. Oh, a Meowth! Oh, look at this, like just sort of chilling nighttime Meowth, looking at the fireflies in the sky. Yeah, got the beans. Just sort of thinking. Loves things that sparkle. That's so cute. Yeah, I love the sky coloring here. All right, Persian just sort of chilling out in this demolished building. The classy cat hanging out in the urban sprawl. We had a lot of busted walls in this set. Tababulu doing a lot of work, I suppose. It's just everywhere. Persian here is a very generic Pokemon. Just, we got some damage numbers. That's all we got. They're all sharing the one busted wall to pose in front of. Well, they're different, because, like, here we have, like, a brick wall that's broken down, and, like, back on Verum, we have, like, the rebar in this, like, wall here, and then, like, way back on... Oh, yeah! We're breaking through, like, a stone vine wall. Like, walls just don't stand up much in this. That's what I'm... Well, let's move on to lovely Eevee. EVs tend to have, like, mechanics around their evolution. I've seen different EVs that, like, evolve when you put the energy on them. They'll evolve, grab that energy, or do something like this. Looks like this EV wants you to be playing multi-types. This grabs up to 3 energy of different types, grabs them all. Eevee is a Pokemon of all time, it's true. Look, this just one's chilling out in the flower field. I'm just looking at this fun little petal falling. Petal crashing. Eevee definitely plays some petal crash. That's what you're grabbing the energy orbs for. But yeah, we had the Sylveon in set, so... That was the only one I think we had, though. Interesting. Oh! What an incredible pose. What an incredible, like nice small town in the background here. We're out in the fields on the edge of town. Yeah, very regal. Love the haircut we have on this Furfrou. Okay, and this is just a helper. Attach a basic energy from your discard pile to your bench. Cool. You get to have a helper for any deck that needs some setup potential. A very generic friend for something like that. That's nice. Really enjoy like the our small town and our hair styling on Furfrou. Scruffiness of Furfrou Classic. Stuffle, watch out. Stuffle, you gotta be careful. Hanging out over the river. Walking across the big branch. The flailing Pokemon. I like the outline. Yeah, so this is like a very sticker with this white outline on it. Put a Stuffle here and you put a Magikarp in the river. Very cute. Alright. The stance. This is the Beware has the stance. Yes. Here we are. Okay, so Beware here sets itself up. This is a one-stage evolution, but it's this generic setup that I was kind of talking about, of like an acceleration plus a big attack. Hammer in. Once it accepts you as a friend, it tries to show its affection with a hug. Be careful. A stance. Alright, are we... We are? Okay, we're out of, the Pokemon in the set. Ooh, this is a lovely shot of the academy, of the university, the college, the academy. Like the lighting and the bit. That's every Pokemon, that's all of them. Once during each player's turn, that player may put a card from their hand on top of the deck. Now this card asks you a question. Why would you do that? Right? That's the immediate, like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Are you using this to set up a specific mill with like a Dragon Pulse? Are you using this to get down on cards enough so something that only can be your last card in hand works? Are you using this to shuffle away a card you want in the deck? Your opponent probably doesn't have... This is reciprocal, but like, you gotta have a reason to want to be doing this. Like, Pokemon is a game where it's reasonably easy to keep like a hand going. uh, having like a Bibarel or a Mew or you know, some supporters that draw you out of places, but like spend a stadium and a card to go down. Binding Mochi. Attacks used by the poison Pokemon this card is attached to do 40 more. Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely reasons you want this. You just have to be like, you have to find the Pokemon you want to do with this. I recall a couple that like mill cards off the top, and if they hit energy, they hit. Binding Mochi here. This is a tool that is designed very specifically for, hello, Pokemon is poisoned, hit harder, but it can work with any of them with the poison effect here. 40 damage is a lot. Oh, it's Cassiopeia. Yep, that's her. Okay, you can use this card when it's the last card in your hand, as mentioned, with why you might want to put a card on top of your deck. Yeah, who could this mysterious character be? Whomst would wear a hoodie and a Eevee backpack? I love that that's a, like... This looks like, I guess at the battle at the end? Where you get her extremely rad theme. Yeah. her theme is so good in the Eevee fight. Search your deck for 2 cards, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck, huh? Hold on, this theme's really good. Double Tutor is something we've seen on other supporters, and you usually do have some sort of rider. I want to say it was Raihan had, like, if your opponent knocked out a Pokemon of yours, you got a Double Tutor. And, like, you know, some bits like that where there were some other ways to get Double Tutors off, but, like, if you can get yourself empty-handed, then Double Tutor, play the cards, and then have Bibarel draw you up to 5, that's, you know, cool place to be. Oh, Colress is... Alright, well, let's see what Colress's card does. Search for an energy in a stadium, put them in your hand. Okay. Okay. That doesn't interest me too much. Like, this... You would really need to, like, have a deck that's heavily leaning into its stadium for this to be something you're looking for. Especially when playing a Colress's card as a drawback, not a plus. Like... That's true. Okay, that doesn't say basic energy. That is more meaningful. I'm used to that being like... grabbing a fighting energy or grabbing water energy. Okay, that's more meaningful. Thank you for pointing that out. Because like I was focused on the stadium bit here, and that like that's like fine, but like, okay, being able to grab a special energy I can now see a position where I'd have a deck that would want this. We got Colress doing the glasses push up. With the most ridiculous hair piece. This blue little shunk. Colress, if you don't remember the character, is this extremely amoral scientist from XY who also shows up in Sun Moon. Who's doing research for the sake of research, and not caring about the fact that where Team Plasma is freezing a town. Or I said XY. God, damn it. Black-white. I keep flipping black-white and XY around. Black-white 2 specifically. Is where we have Colress from. But also in Sun Moon. Danger Laser! Okay. Amoral Nettie immediately does not care about the evil organization collapsing. Dangerous zombie. So this is a callback to Hypnotoxic Laser, I guess? Sometimes you can just have a beam that you shoot at your opponent, so Hypnotoxic Laser was sort of the opposite of this, where Hypnotoxic Laser wasn't an ace spec. It was very good. It was poison plus sleep, and was a good way to bug fix damage. Like if you were 10 damage off, you'd be able to get that extra damage off of it just off an item card. This is also that sort of thing. It takes up your ace spec slot. That's a payment you'd have to make. So it's playing this over, opportunity cost is the name of the game when it comes to ace specs. But I do like to fire a beam at my opponent's Pokemon and hit them with the danger laser, you know? That's pretty fun. Alright. We saw this card mentioned. Let's see what this card has. Choose up to 2 of your dark Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a dark basic energy. Attach it to that Pokemon. Damn! 2 energy attaches in 1 card? Okay, that's a pretty good one. Then shuffle your deck. If you attach energy to your active Pokemon, it is now poisoned. Okay. So, we saw the Crobat that wants this. The Crobat let you draw up to 8 cards if you play this on your turn. This also immediately tells me it works with the Taro crew. You know, being able to poison and accelerate up to Chained Crazed. Okay. Double energy grabbing. That's a powerful technique. Yeah, and the Mochi just says, like, poison Pokemon. It doesn't say dark. It doesn't care. This says dark Pokemon. That's cool. This strikes me as powerful. Energy acceleration is always something I, like, mentally have you always want to keep an eye on. They can be some of the most key cards in a deck. A deck having its own unique piece of energy acceleration can be, like, what makes it a real deck. The most powerful move that, like, Lost Box had as a deck was the energy acceleration it could get onto its Pokemon once it had 7. Or just things like Welder, the fire type trainers that do that sort of thing, like, are all really powerful things to have around because they let you break a key rule, one energy attached per turn. So, Neutralization Zone. Prevent all damage done to Pokemon that don't have a rule box by attacks from the opponent's EX or V Pokemon. Oh. This is just, look, you're trying to use your, special EXV Pokemon? Absolutely not. No, you need to find an answer to be able to start moving. Yeah, that does make Colress sound a lot stronger when you can grab something that's like your one-of very powerful piece. This card has a built-in, like, cannot be recurred. So stadiums blow up if your opponent plays a stadium. That's part of, like, stadiums. Like, they're only one stadium in play, so that the answer to this is playing your own stadium. Yeah, the fact that this has can't be recurred on it tells me, like, a lot about it. That's hilarious. Like, look, you can't do that. Wow. That's fine. That's good recursion. That's just like, you know, okay. And sometimes you can sense when a piece of rule text is added during playtesting. So this is competing next to Super Rod style effects, things like that. Those shuffle in 3. This is a more immediate recursion piece. This strikes me as something you'd be more interested in a deck around these, possibly? Maybe that's too much of a reach? Still, basic energy recursion as well is a way to, like, you know, your Pokemon gets knocked out, you pick that up. Yeah, energy retrieval's another side of this. Okay. Okay, take out the water bottle. Heal 150 damage from one of your Pokemon. Absolutely do not recur this card ever. You can't do that. This is a wild amount of healing, by the way. I would just like to note that this is an unreal amount of healing from an item card. There's a reason it's an ace spec. My memory of Stamina X, yeah, this is absolutely pause the game and chug down a Stamina X. From memory, I remember Pokemon Center Lady as a supporter that healed 60 and healed special conditions. And that was a supporter that I do recall being playable as a one-of in decks at the time, depending on the setup. It had to be a more specific deck, so that was also versus Seeker World, where, like, that one actually was a 5 of. And, like, I think picking up the Pokemon tends to be a better way to heal it off. Anyway, that's still a lot of... The Power Glass! Okay. Gold Potion was an A-spec for 90 without the can't recur. Damn. At the end of your turn, after your attack, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is active, you can attach a basic energy from your discard pile to... Ooh! Ooh, okay. That's really interesting. So obviously, you can only have one tool on a Pokemon. And this has to be your active Pokemon, so, like, it has to be kind of, like, you know, in a risky position for this. But, like, it lets you set up, like, going from a 1 energy attack to a 3 energy attack. That's cool. I like this. I like this card. This is a really interesting... There are Pokemon that, like, really would like to be able to jump like that, as long as they're able to live the turn. Oh, of course, we knew this card had to exist. Oof. Yeah, it lets you keep rolling a discard energy attack. That also is like, we talked about that, actually, Power Glass with, Weavile, right? All of a sudden, the 2 energy, you discard 2, pick 1 back up, and now you're an energy attach away from redoing the combo. There's a deck right there. Your opponent discards to 3. Okay. This is interesting because in older worlds, this would be like just there were formats where I remember cards like this being just outrageous. Though I guess Delinquent was like they did discard down to 3, they discarded 3. I guess this is the office where the Malamar works. This gets worse the later in the game you are, because like if you have something like a Bibarel set up, it lets you kind of like sidestep this. And 3 cards is still a pretty heavy amount to keep. Still. Oh, now we're into the powerful stuff. All right, everybody. These are the cards that I adore in this set, in this set and all sets, where we have our alt arts. And in this game, we get alt arts of all sorts of Pokemon. Pokemon that are high, like, competitive, Pokemon that are cool, Pokemon that just have a cool, like, we want to have a fun art for. Tapu Bulu here doesn't strike me as a very powerful Pokemon with this huge energy cost, but is very, like, lovely with this, like, again, broken down kind of tower here that Tapu Bulu is hanging out in. Yeah. Yeah. That's an incredible, like, the wolf, the Houndoom pack. Like, that's a really, really good art for this Houndoom. Again, the full arts here like this are A+. This is, love again, the kind of like smoke trail of the eye, the shadow of the whole pack here. That's good. Someone opened the treats jar. Oh no. Oh. This is a very similar vein to the other Horsey. Other Horsey was chilling at the bottom of the ocean by some coral. And here we have kind of a different shot and a more fuller shot of the coral down here. Again, very fun to have like just this basic Horsey as a full art. Just chilling. Thinking. Relaxing. Coral Reef is technically a form of Weirdwoods. I'll agree with that. Get you, get you, get you, get you. You see the Duskull in the road. Oh, this is good. I love that Duskull is behind the street light. Like, we have the street light here on the trash can, and Duskull is waiting. The one red dot in the eye. Get you. James Turner. I love this part of Earthbound. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like the like out in the street you turn and you just see the Duskull and it's like, oh no. Well. Oh, it's a set. Oh, it's a set. Then you do the... It's like, well, there's a Duskull there. That's ominous. Uh-oh. The Dusclops is wondering if they could use your hose. Again, this style is really perfect for this as well. Like, we have these kind of broken lines for the buildings and the Dusclops. And do we get the full? Dusknor is approaching your location. just like in your house. Dusknor is like Duskull is 22 miles from New Hooray. Yeah, look, we have a window. We have a giant. This is a giant door here. Or like a giant bay window. I just noticed you didn't walk up there. Figured I'd help you out, thanks. What an incredible set. Love these arts like these. This is if you're building, like, this is one of the things I find coolest about deck building too, is that like it is, you know, if you're looking to build a deck like this, like, yeah, you could very easily get our Dustclops as a common, Dusknoir as a rare. I'm going to, like, these do not tend to be expensive cards, but if you want to make yourself have the coolest of this, get you have some fun options. Oh boy, that is radiant. That is in the name of the moon, I will purge the hell out of you. Yeah, really like the flashbang, like, very crystal background here for our very cool looking Cresselia. Again, I really like the attack on this for being a really fun, like, resource. I think that'd be interesting if there's like other cards that worked on that same resource. Like a tension there. Oh, these are the non-EX. These are from the previous set. Monkey Dory. This Monkey Dory, by the way, is the one I look at and think, like, damn, this is powerful. If you have any dark energy attached, you can move 3 damage from one of your Pokemon to your opponent's. So you heal 30 and deal 30. With a Drainabrain here. That's cute. I like this, hanging out in this kind of, like, twisted tree here. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have the full setup of these. Whew, yeah. Love the orange sky here with these really tall mountains. The framing on Pheasantipity here is very cool. Like, just this very, like, on the top of this perch. This like, radiant angle. Get you with the feathers, and also can be immune to damage sometimes. Now, okay, alright. Ogie is just blitzing through this range here. Like, I guess, you know, 100 HP, the attacks do 100 more damage. That's the crushing of this, like, these rocks right here that we're just pushing through. I like that the color scheme of, like, the foiling and the on the rocks matches the green and, like, pink that Okidoki's colors are made up of. I think that's a really cool detail on the rocks, to have the whole, like, the world is kind of reflecting the color scheme of Okidoki. Alright. This is cool. These are from the previous set, and they're, like, I think they're really nifty Pokemon, because, again, it's, like, psychic and fighting, but they also want dark. Oh my god. Look at the sleepy Zora. Now, this is the Zora who is not annoying a Wispy Woods. This is a Zora who is resting for the night. Please do not disrupt the Zora sitting on the roof here. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I thought I loved the other Cufin that was stacking the rocks, but no. Oh, the rainbow? That's so good. They are really enjoying themselves. Just having a drink, having a splash. Just again, love these alt arts. Extremely good. I am relaxing. I am not thinking about my siblings who are over there about to cause mischief. I am unnerved. I am unaffected. Just Fracture here, not Axu, not maybe we do have a Haxorus, but just Fracture. God damn. Like, we had our previous Persian hanging out in, like, the broken down brick building, and then we've got, like, Cat looking out the window, seeing the reflection, looking at this nighttime cityscape. Persian keeps going in and out on the balcony, of course. And again, this is an incredible choice too, because like this is just a fairly generic setup. We're not doing anything terribly special, but my God, do we have this very cool Persian art for this? Like that's so good. This is the last thing you see before you die. This is... This is the end of days for you. You're about to be hugged, and your spine is going to be deleted. You don't have one anymore. Yeah, the sunburst here is a perfect piece. Yeah, it's great. Like we have cards that are like, okay, with like our trio here, these are cards that I would reasonably expect like could see like I think Monkey Dory is very powerful, or like this Duskull Dusclops Dusknor line, you know, has a strong build around. But then it's like, here's our Persian contemplating in in the I would say mirror, but in the glass here, or just Beware, who is, that's it. You're done. Like, I love both sides of that coin. Yep, that's Kingdra EX. This is our darkened bordered versions of them, I'm guessing. Each of our EXs we're going to be seeing. Yeah, sub 3 no matter what you're in this game for, it's great. I think this is a really cool one. I think that there's definitely, like, the fact that you have a full revive and the setup here seems like an interesting bit. This is such a cool... I love Shattering Speed. Just like, alright, time to go. Poof! Yeah, so... We tend to have 3 different EX slots. We have the EX main set. We have the EX, like these that are like the kind of like golden bits. And then we have like... we're going to have some extra EXs as a third set after this. I think Okie Dokie here is a pretty dang cool one. That Chain Crazed and that 250 HP is wild. Oh, no, you don't. Monkey Dory. Pheasantipity. Then we're gonna have our Peach as our final Dawn brother. No Ogre Pawn. I guess the Ogre Pawn, we had all the Ogre Pawns in the previous one. I like this. That's cute. Oh no. Yeah, the swap in is a powerful effect. Who? This mysterious Cassiopeia here. Who could they be and why do they care about Team Star? I love that we have the Eevee backpack in these two for Penny. For Cassiopeia, sorry. I like that Colress's here is like... So like Eevee backpack is screen breaking down here. I like that Colress is just like frame breaking over on the left here. Like, that's pretty good. And also is frame breaking with the hair swirl that Colress has rather than having it under the frame. Yeah, Colress showing back up in Sun Moon I thought was really funny. I love recurring characters. I love that Pokemon has this huge cast and that we can keep using them in games, you know, in future games, and like you know, we have a continuously building cast of characters in all these different regions, and you know, we can cross them over a bit. And I think that's really cool. Ah, okay. This is Janine's secret art at the gym after she's taken it over. After Koga was promoted to Elite Four member, Janine, his daughter, took over the gym. Colress stands for gay rights and gay wrongs. Again, I think this card's pretty dang cool. Assuming there's like a powerful enough dark deck to want something like this. Hey, Zerosic. I keep thinking about if this is like a good or enough effect or not. Like, I like this existing as like a counter, like, you know, Judge and Iono work as a counter to like, opponent just puts 12 cards in hand and sits there. But this is a more direct, like, disruptive piece where like, opponent has a 7-card hand and you go, no thank you, like, keep your best 3. Looking pretty Eggman there. A little bit. Yeah. Ooh, as I said, we do get our 3rd copies of EXs, and this is a pretty cool one. I like the like kind of twisted framing, and like the longer the poison chain here. Yeah, now that's really nice. Also, a strong pick for one of these that, like, if you want to have a 3rd one, this was one that looks pretty powerful to me. Speaking of the... Ooh, do we have, like, a matching framing on these? Like, do these... I don't know if these directly line up. They're the same artist, though. We have the upside-down Monkey Dory. Like, are we using all the... Ooh, like the orange coloring a lot on as Serendipity here. This also just seems like... I like the idea of just, like, draw 3 on your knockout. These 3 just posing. Wamu! Yeah, that's our yeah, it's like right up right. We got the Petarant chains. All four same art. I like this. I like the setup here. It doesn't look like they directly are like a four, like a single piece of art broken for, but close to it. They might actually be if you line them up. I'd have to take a more of a closer look to be like, you know, left side, middle, right, bottom. That's cool though. Like giving those four the extra EXs. Oh, who could it be? Okay, this one's really cool. Sylveon and an EV phone. Look at the EV phone case. Damn. This is great. Time to hack the planet. Empty cans here. It is 3 a.m. Sylveon wants you to go to bed. Please. Ooh, look at the eye shine. Split keyboard, that's how you know. Yeah. That's so cool. I love, like, getting these, like, you know, cool-looking trainer cards like this. Especially for Penny to get a second one. That's very cool. Cute accessories, big hoodie. Doesn't empty energy drinks. Yeah. This is also a representation. Ooh, Gold Peach. Every set tends to get, like, one, like we get usually like 3 gold cards, like 3-ish. Some of them are reprints from previous sets that don't change the legality of the card, but like give it a really cool trainer look. Or sometimes it's just like dark energy. Yeah, okay. Earthen Vessel here makes sense. This is a pretty cool one for grabbing energy to set things up. This isn't a card in the... You can see here in the bottom, this is H regulation. That tells you like what format it's legal in. Like Pokemon formats are like, okay, cards from F, you know, G, H are legal or whatever our rotation is. But this reprint here doesn't change the legality. This is still from G regulation. So, even though it's in a more recent set. I think that's smart. Okay, that's a good choice. I like that choice. This is a card that, like, your betting is a powerful tool, and I think that's a safe bet. There are some Pokemon where Power Glass here can be a really strong way to keep them running. There's some Pokemon where it can be some really strong way to set them up. I think this is a good choice for a gold. Oh! Yeah, I mean, why would it be anything but dark in this set with all the dark EXs? Holy smokes, look at the, like, again, the stars. This is a very cool looking one. Energy has no regulation, it's energy. Oh, hello. Sure. I guess Dark and Steel are together and they're showing up in Gen 2. We're back to Joltik. Alright. Good time, everybody. Glad we got to do this. Glad we got to go through and check out our fun Rowlet. All our cool Pokemon and trainers and friends. Small set. You can see one lightning Pokemon here. But just that's the way these sets as one rather than two work out. Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had fun with this. I don't do these all the time, but they're sets that they're streams that I really enjoy doing. I love just like taking a look and seeing what new cards are around and seeing what cool art we have for, you know, these Pokemon. Seeing like, again, the Persian here and all these things. So but yeah, hope you had a fun time with this. I'll put these in whenever I'm a little more lower energy and we have more stuff to look at. So yeah, thank you all for joining. Tomorrow, Dragon Warrior Wednesday. Friday, Slay the Spire. Things are going to be back to reasonably normal. So yeah, hope to see you there. Follow, subscribe, or just be here hanging out. Have a good time. So thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.